All right, so I am terribly late, and you wouldn't believe how early I started and still did not make it on time. Oh, life of a mom, had to get the kids situated, then had to make some last minute changes here. Of course, electronics never want to cooperate. So I think I finally got everything in order and I'm ready to go. Also, I realized as I was about to go live on TikTok. Hold on. Speaking of live on TikTok, let me start that. All right, so I'm live. I'm live on TikTok. I'm live on YouTube. And so I realized as I was about to check and make sure my setup on TikTok was all together, I realized that I set my event for AM instead of PM. So TikTok was showing that the event had already ended. And it's crazy because I could have sworn I double checked that time. I could have sworn I double checked that time and I hit the right one. But somehow it was scheduled for 7 a.m. instead of 7 p.m. So uh yeah, so I'm just doing a like spontaneous live on TikTok now. But it is all good. It is done. It's not my first live on TikTok, but this is my first time doing like a masterclass on TikTok. So um hopefully some people jump in and find some value there. Um I just figured like why not? It's a whole platform going to waste and it's one that I use often. So I figured, why not start going live there as well? And so hopefully I'm not real familiar with it. I've only done it like a few times. So hopefully everything works out. So I'm live in more than one place. So I'll be looking like all over the place. Anyway, this is a masterclass about the detox of letting go. And it wasn't in my original plans to make this live about that. But I just noticed over the last couple of weeks, I've been like, going through this like thing, as I'm building my coaching business, like every day, I'm just like, why am I so emotional? Whether it's good news or bad news, I'm just like crying all the time. Like I have never cried so much in my life. Like this business has brought me to so many tears and not all bad tears. It's just like, I just felt like I was like detoxing. And so I was like, this is something that is not talked about enough because it's not all like sunshine and rainbows when you finally decide to let go of those limiting beliefs and go for what feels good. There is a phase of having to let all those things that no longer serve you fall away, all those people, the places, the ideals, and it is not easy and you have to just like push through it, and I don't feel like it's talked about enough. And so I was just intuitively guided to do a masterclass around this because I know that I'm not the only one that goes through this. So let's dive in. And if you've ever felt like everything is falling apart, like the moment you decide to trust the universe, like just when you're ready to release those limiting beliefs and you let go of all the things that's been holding you back, and you're like, screw what everybody else thinks, I'm gonna do what makes me happy. And then suddenly it's just like life just explodes, you know? And it's not that everything is falling apart, it's like everything is falling into place. And I have been there feeling like, oh my gosh, the universe hates me, like I'm doing everything right, I'm trying my best, why is everything going wrong? But everything is not falling apart, it is falling in place. So with that being said, welcome, 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 love bugs, TikTok, YouTube, anybody who's tuning in later on the replay, welcome, welcome. I am so excited to be here and diving into a truth that not many people talk about, and that is the detox. The deep, powerful, sometimes intense, spiritual and emotional purge that happens when you finally decide to let go and just, you know, however you look at it, some call it simple surrender, some call it let go and let God, let go and let universe, however you word it. Like when you decide to finally just let go and flow with life, the shit storm just it starts. And for some people, that is the moment when they pull back and they go back to their old habits and their old beliefs, because they're like, you know, I tried, it's not working. I see so many posts. It's like I'm done trying to heal. I'm just gonna go crazy. Like just screw it. The healing ain't for me. That's crazy. That is crazy. But it is definitely understood because the detox is not talked about enough. And when you release the stories that you've been told, or the stories you've told yourself, the beliefs that held you back, and that energy that's been keeping you small, like, yes, it feels like everything is raining down on you. And there is a very good reason for that. So you just gotta kind of like, I don't want to say just like hold on and get through it, but definitely going to talk about some ways to make that transition a lot easier to get through. Um, so it's um, and this is my playlist in the back. This is my AI generated playlist. um, so when you feel that like unsettling feeling, the fear that you're losing control, you get the anxiety about the unknown, and that discomfort hits you, and it's kind of like, I call them growing pains. um and I feel like we all grow through it. We go through it, and you can either go through it or you can draw back, you can fight against it. But, and I tell people all the time, the only way out is in. Go within, and you keep going through it until you get through it, because that's the only way out. um Drawing back, burying it, that only makes it more explosive. So um you definitely don't want to fight the resistance. We want to learn how to like embrace it and just kind of flow with it. Oh my gosh, and the sweating is already starting. I was trying not to turn on my fan because I don't want the extra noise in the background. Um, so let's talk about for a minute why we have to go through this detox. So think a minute about like addicts, whether you are or ever been or know somebody who's been like addicted to like nicotine, caffeine, prescription drugs, alcohol, whatever it is. In order to get those things out your system, we all know, and most of us have been there, so we all know you can't just like say I'm done smoking and then like your body is like, the hell you are, like, I need a cigarette. And all hell breaks loose inside of your body until you either find a way to get through it or you give in and go back to smoking. um so it's kind of like the same thing when you start letting go of those limiting beliefs and those ideas and things that you've held on to. Sometimes these beliefs are like embedded in our subconscious from the time that we're children. And so when you start getting rid of those, it causes like this big shakeup in your life because it's all you've ever known. Um, it's kind of like flicking a switch on like a life detox. You've been holding on to all this old energy, the beliefs and the patterns, and to be honest, is most of the time it's things you've been holding on to your whole life. And especially if you're coming through like a religious trauma type situation, as soon as you start to do your own thing and shit starts falling apart, it's like, oh my gosh, God is punishing me, because that's what you've been told your whole life. But God is not punishing you, the universe is not punishing you. um it's just things have to fall away that no longer serve you. you have to get rid of the old in order to like suck in the new. Sometimes you lose friends, and I'm gonna say friends because a true friend, you're not gonna lose a true friend. But it seems like all your friends are falling away. I've heard some people lose their jobs, like habits that you thought defined you. Um, and it's because you're shedding those layers of yourself that don't align with where you're headed. And when you're evolving, when you're growing, unfortunately, everybody can't go with you. That's just how it is because some people rather stay where they are. And sometimes you have to leave them where they are in order for yourself to allow yourself to grow and to keep moving forward. And it feels chaotic and it feels like a storm has just like rolled into your life and it's turning everything upside down. And I hear people all the time say, oh my gosh, I can't take this. This is too much. Like, I don't want to do this healing thing anymore. Like, I tried, it's not working. So then what? Um, but that's exactly what's supposed to happen. That's what has to happen. The old has to go for the new to come in. And there's definitely an emotional side of it that people just don't talk about a lot because you feel overwhelmed, you feel more emotional, you feel more out of control, and we all want control. But the truth is, like, there's a very small amount of what we can control. Like, what is the saying? Like, life is like 90% of what happens to you and 10% of how you respond to it. Because at the end of the day, the most we can control is our response to the shit show. Because the shit show is going down whether we want it to or not. But the way we respond to it can change everything. As I always say, change your thoughts, change your life. Your emotions are surfacing because they're ready to be healed. Those old childhood wounds, they resurface because they're ready to be healed. It's not because you're losing your mind. It's not a punishment. This is your opportunity to release and to finally let go of what's been holding you back. Even your physical space and your body might feel it. If you ever notice, like, after a big decision, you suddenly want to like clean your whole house, or suddenly you get in like this throwaway phase and you just want to like declutter, and it's like, I'm not trying to figure out where none of this go. I obviously don't need it. We throwing it in the trash. That is a form of you going through a detox. Um, that's your body and your environment purging the things that no longer align with the new version of you. And it's actually a beautiful thing. Like I say, change your thoughts, change your life. If you can just embrace it and love yourself through it, it turns into something so beautiful. And the struggle itself becomes so beautiful because you begin to see, instead of like this hailstorm, you start to look at it as more of a transformation, and you're seeing yourself transform, and it's beautiful. um but of course, let's get to the hard part. So we know all that, the detox, the shit show, the hailstorm. The hardest part of all of it, and no matter how much somebody tells you to do it, it's still the hardest part, and that's just trusting the process. You have to trust the process, and that is not easy at all. If you've been there, you know that is the hardest part. And I get it, because it feels like nothing's working, and you're thinking, I'm doing this inner work and I'm letting go. So why does it feel like my life is falling apart? Why does it feel like the universe hates me? Why does it feel like God is punishing me? I get it. But just to use the metaphor of the caterpillar. So imagine a caterpillar inside its chrysalis. I almost said cocoon, which is kind of correct, but we're going to be all the way correct. We'll call it a chrysalis. I feel like caterpillars are kind of bougie like that. It's not just a cocoon, it's a chrysalis. So from the outside, it looks like destruction, especially if you've ever like watched the process. I actually raised a set of butterflies once just because I wanted to. I was so fascinated. I went through like this phase of being fascinated with butterflies. And it's like they go up and then they stick to this little spot and then they form like a J, and then all of a sudden like this thing starts forming around them, and they just like dissolve into this like sack. And from the outside you wonder like, is that painful? Like what is this happening? But on the inside, it's creating something entirely new and beautiful. Imagine you spend all this time like on your belly and you gotta like crawl around like a worm. You're practically like a bottom feeder. You only get to go so far, you only get to do so much, and hope you don't get plucked off before the day that it's time for you to go through your metamorphosis. And so then it goes through this messy transformation, and out comes a beautiful butterfly. And now it has beautiful wings, and it gets to soar high, and it gets to see all these things that it couldn't see before on the ground. Imagine if a butterfly could say like, nah, that look nasty and painful. I don't want to go on the chrysalis. I'm just going to, take my chances down here as like a worm with legs. Just imagine like what it's missing out on, the beauty it's missing out on, being able to like grow. And not even that, like once it grows into this beautiful thing, then it can create. Butterflies drop 100 to 500 eggs in the short lifespan. So like, and then not even that, it gets to like fly around and like suck the sweet nectar, because before that, caterpillars, they live off like greenery. But butterflies, they get to suck like the sweetness out of the flowers. Like, so it's just like so much more beautiful to push through that transformation, let it happen, and enjoy the fruits of it, right? And so that's pretty much what you're going through. Like, you're in a cocoon right now, this detox phase, and you're breaking down the old and rebuilding something more aligned with your higher self. And because you're not put here just to pay bills and die. You're not put here to suffer and stress. You were given life to live, not just exist. And I know somebody feels this because I have spent 40 years of my life just existing. That's a long time. And I know some people older than me who are still like just stuck in existence. They have no idea how to actually live and enjoy their lives because they're always just so high alert, pushing against everything that is meant to help them grow, because they've held on to these limiting beliefs all their lives and they refuse to let them go. And so now after 40 years, I finally know what it's like to truly live. And my goal is to help other people not take that long. Like, if I can give you the tools to get you there before you hit 40, or even if you're already past 40 and you're learning all of this, why waste another year or another month, another week, or even another day? I didn't have all the tools that I have now, but now that I know what I know, not only do I get to live and enjoy life, I get to spread my wings and be a beautiful butterfly, but I get to share and spread that to others as well. And that's like really the beauty of it. Um, so the breakdown is, this is not the end. This detox phase, I'm sure you've heard the phrase, this too shall pass. This too shall pass. This is not the end. It is the beginning of your breakthrough. Trust the universe knows what it's doing. And regardless of what higher power you believe in, whether it's Buddha or God or spirit or whatever, trust that the higher power knows what it's doing. And even when it doesn't look or feel like it is all working out for your highest good. Trust the process and keep going. And I know you are probably wondering, like, how do I know if I'm on the right path? How can I trust the chaos? I'm telling you, trust the process, but how do I know? Like, how do I know that this is like chaos because you know things are falling the way they're supposed to, or chaos because I'm fucking up and I need to get my shit together? So, a few signs to look for is you might notice like unexpected opportunities popping up, almost like they're coming out of nowhere. This is the universe saying, I've got you. And as I started to become more aligned with the universe, that was one of the first things I noticed. Like things just kept like randomly happening. It was just like, okay, all right, God, I see you. But the universe will always give you those signs that, hey, I got you. I got your back. Just trust me. And maybe you're getting those subtle, like intuitive nudges or those whispers that guide you in a new direction. So listen to them, follow them. Another sign is your external world starts to shift. You may notice changes in your relationships or even how certain situations feel. You may notice um, that things in general, like the things that you're used to, start becoming very interesting. You start seeing things different. Um, Things that used to seem enjoyable, you might realize, like, this, I don't really understand how I ever enjoyed this. Like, you become uninterested. Um, don't try to force your way through it. Just trust the process. If it doesn't feel good, let it go. Um, these are all confirmations that even if it's messy, even if it's scary, it's all aligning. So, how do we surrender and embrace the change now that we've recognized the detox? We've came to understand that we need to trust the process, and we are learning to recognize the signs that the process can be trusted. What now? So, first, going back to what I said earlier, change your thoughts, change your life. And this works in nearly any situation. When you change your thoughts, however you may need to change them, and it's different for different situations, but change your thoughts, change your life. So first, see the discomfort as growth. When you're feeling uncomfortable, it means you're expanding beyond your comfort zone, and that's a good thing. That is a good thing. Keep going, and you will find that discomfort, it leads you somewhere. It becomes like this fire that burns in you. It becomes like this passion. um I've always I have gone live so many times. I used to sell paparazzi jewelry, so I've gone live so many times, and it was always uncomfortable. And even as I started moving towards, this is what I want to do, I had no idea that it was going to lead to coaching. I decided one day I'm going to create this Facebook group and I'm just going to share some positivity. And so I would just following my intuition. I would just, a little bit at a time, a little bit at a time. Then I started posting like daily affirmations. I started posting challenges. Next thing you know, I'm taking like this whole coaching certification course. And the more I moved towards where my footsteps were being guided, the more this fire just like burned in me. Like, yeah, it was uncomfortable. When I had to go live for the first time after creating my official coaching community, it was just like, oh my gosh. But once I hit that button, it was just like, oh wow, like this is like where I'm supposed to be. This is what I'm supposed to be doing. And it just constantly fuels this fire. So keep going and let that uncomfortableness like just expand you beyond your comfort zone. Because as we all know, nothing grows inside your comfort zone. Once you get comfortable, it's time to do something else uncomfortable. Like, don't stop. Once you get comfortable, that just means like you're comfortable, and eventually you stay comfortable long enough, you get stagnant. So see your discomfort as growth. That means you are tiptoeing outside of your comfort zone. I ain't saying you gotta just dive out. Just get a little bit uncomfortable and see where it leads you. So second, you want to trust your inner guidance more than the external chaos. Because believe it or not, you have the answers. You always have the answers. And I know it's hard for some people to trust their inner guidance, but it's there. And if you would just lean in towards yourself instead of leaning out towards all the chaos, your intuition will always lead you towards what is meant for you, even when everything around you feels so unstable. Third, stay grounded. And this is one I cannot express enough when people ask, like, how do you get through the chaos, or like when you're feeling real down, or when you're overstimulated, whatever the problem is, first thing you want to do is stay grounded, because you're more rational when you're grounded. You can just handle things. You have more clarity when you're grounded. You can hear yourself more when you're grounded. So when things feel intense, come back to your breaths. Come back to the present moment. Journal, meditate, or just sit in silence. This isn't just for peace, it's for resilience, for strength, and for connection to yourself and the universe. So staying grounded is so important. And this whole process, it's not easy. I know it is. Believe me, I know it is not easy, but this is where you learn to trust, to build resilience, and to deepen your connection like never before. So just work with it a little bit at a time, even if it's baby steps, it's a step. You don't have to work at anybody else's speed. Just don't sit still. Go forward. Whatever you're doing, just go forward. Even if it's just a little lean, go forward. And so we are going to take a moment, and then we're going to do a quick guided meditation to just calm, because that's a lot of talking. If the detox phase is something you're going through right now, I can just imagine you can probably use this meditation right now. So we're gonna do just a quick little meditation, and then I'm gonna give you some tips on ways to keep your vibration high as you go through the detox process, which makes it just a lot calmer to go through and to deal with. So we're gonna just take a moment to embody this trust that I've been speaking of, and just surrender to the flow. If you're able to get comfortable in a quiet and undisturbed place, go ahead and do that now. If not, you can come back to this video later. It'll be on YouTube. It'll be posted in the classroom in the Elevation of Love community. And I'll also do a clip of it and make a TikTok of just like the meditation. So there's plenty of ways for you to come back to it. If you miss it, don't worry. You can also shoot me a message and I can send it to you directly. But be sure to check out my link tree in the bio to stay connected. And you can also join our Elevation of Love community free for a limited time. So, all right. So, okay, has everybody settled in? Let's see. So just gonna take a deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth, and let it all go. Again. And you can close your eyes if that makes you feel more comfortable and just in the relaxation state. So right now, I just want you to get comfortable. Feel the ground beneath you, supporting you. Close your eyes. I'm going to turn this music down just a little bit. All right, so you can close your eyes or you can leave them open and just be here with me for a minute. Take another deep breath in. Allow your breath to slow down. With every inhale, bring in peace. And with every exhale, release any tension. I want you to drop your shoulders, unclench your jaw, relax your forehead, relax your mouth, relax your booty cheeks. I know they're probably clenched up right now. Just relax. Let go and just flow for a minute. Now imagine you're standing by a flowing river. The sound of the water, the shimmer of sunlight, it all calms you. The river is the flow of your life. Imagine stepping into it, feeling the water wash over your feet, gently taking away what you no longer need. The old beliefs, the fear, the doubt. Watch them dissolve into the flow. You don't need to chase them. You don't need to fight them. Just let go. Feel the water rise up. It's rising up to your knees, your hips, your chest. You feel safe and fully supported. As you float, let it bring you new energy, renewed strength, and deep inner peace. Now think of something you're ready to release. A fear, a belief, or something that's holding you back. Let the water take it. Watch as it floats away, dissolving. Feel the lightness, the openness. As you release, notice something new floating towards you. An opportunity, a possibility, a new vision for yourself. Welcome it. This is yours. Now take a deep breath. Feel the peace in your body. Feel the trust, the surrender, the certainty that the universe is working for you. When you're ready, gently bring your awareness back to this moment. Wiggle your fingers, your toes, and open your eyes, carrying this feeling of trust with you. I would love to know in the comments how you feel after that short guided meditation. I always love just just the breathing in general. It feels great. It feels so amazing to just release and relax for a minute. All right. So, as I mentioned, um, a few tips on staying high vibrational during your detox phase. Because I know it can feel heavy, it can be so heavy. But here's some ways to keep your vibration high because, as you know, or if you don't know, all things are vibration. We are vibration. Everything in this world is vibration. So the higher we keep our vibration, the more we connect to those things that are high vibrational. Oh, you're so welcome. I'm really glad to hear that. I'm so glad to hear that. That warms my heart. And I thank you so much for being here. I appreciate that. Um, so here's a few ways to stay high vibrational doing it all. One, you're going to ground yourself daily because, as I mentioned, I cannot stress enough. Ground yourself, ground yourself, ground yourself. Nothing will get you through chaos more than staying grounded. When you can stay grounded in your peace through whatever, and this was a hard lesson I had to learn because as I embraced being an empath, spent my whole life, and I didn't even know I was an empath. I had no idea why I would take on other people's emotions or why I would like not like certain people. Like I was not a people's person. And I'm gonna tell you this limiting belief. I was always told you are so mean. And that's what I adopted. I'm mean. That was me. And that's what I embraced. I'm just mean. But as I got older and I came to understand that I'm an empath and learning to ground, I went out. I was doing bell ringing for the Salvation Army, and they sent me to the mall. And I went to the food court on my lunch break, and it was so many people, and it's like I could feel all this stank energy, and I felt like, and I've never had anxiety, um, not in my adulthood, and so I was just like, what is happening? I felt like my head, my chest, everything was going to explode. And the next day I had my crystals on and I went to the bathroom and I did like this quick breathing exercise. And like from that day forward, I decided that I would not leave the house without grounding. Do not tempt this world. I teach my kids this world is a cold, dark place, and it is ready and waiting to swallow you whole. Do not leave this house without grounding. When you get up in the morning, make that part of your morning routine, whether it's just stepping outside and putting your feet in the grass or taking a moment to like breathe deeply or visualization, however you ground, do it daily and do it again when you get home. Because number two is protect and clear your energy. So I ground before I leave the house, and when I get back, I cleanse my energy and I ground again. How do you cleanse your energy? There's just like grounding, there's lots of ways. You can use visualization always, visualizing a um, warm and cleansing golden light surrounding you, cleansing your aura. There's sage or Palo Santo, and some people cannot stand the smell of sage. I used to always make fun of my mom because she hated when I burned sage, and I'm like, yeah, your demons don't like it, do they? But some people don't like the smell of sage, so you could also use like a aura cleansing spray, which I also make and sell on my in my Etsy store. And you'll find that in the link tree in the bio too if you want to check out my Etsy shop. But you can use a, a space cleanser spray type deal, or just a general visualization. If you are familiar with Reiki helps as well. So there's no right or wrong way to do it, but whatever works for you, just make sure you do it. That's the important part. Hello, mother. I was just speaking of you. I must have talked you up. Number three, use affirmations. So speak words like, I am supported in my transformation, or everything is leading me to my highest good. Words carry power. Use them wisely. Be so mindful of what you speak, because words are so powerful. And affirmations can be really powerful. Put them on your mirror, put them in your phone, put them on your screensaver. Affirm the hell out of yourself on a daily basis. And that's one of those things that will keep your vibration just like up there. Okay, so number four, nourish your body. Eat high vibrational foods. And I know, especially when I'm going through the chaos of things, especially given where I work, I have access to so much junk food. I'm pretty good at home. When I'm at work and there's like junk food everywhere, I'm just like, give me all the Reese cups right now, because I'm going through a thing. But you want to give your body high vibrational foods. If you love chocolate, find you some good dark chocolate. It is so good, not just for the taste buds, for your soul. For like, I really believe like dark chocolate is soul food. So find you some good dark chocolate and roll with that. Of course, like fresh fruits, vegetables, water, water. Drink plenty of water. You want to stay hydrated, and just let your body be a part of this spiritual transformation, because at the end of the day, we are all just spirits trying to navigate this human experience. So don't forget to feed the spirit that is tucked off in this human vessel. um Number five, practice gratitude for the release. Write down one thing each day that you're grateful for, or one thing that you're grateful to let go of. And that will shift your focus from everything you're losing to everything you're gaining. Um, I start my day with three things that I'm grateful for every day. Because when you're stuck in a state of gratitude, it's hard to have a low vibration, because you're too thankful. You can't be both. So it's really hard to be in a low vibration when you're so thankful for all the things that's keeping you in the high vibration. Number six is one that I absolutely love. So you want to lean into joy, dance, sing, create whatever makes you happy. Do those things. Oh my gosh. And we all know, like, most people tell you, like, music makes them feel better. Music is amazing. And if your music is not making you feel better, change the music. You're listening to the wrong music. You might want to evaluate the frequencies they got going on in their music. Because music is such a gift to the world. I love to dance, and I hear people all the time say how like twerking is grounding, like, and it doesn't necessarily have to be twerking, because honestly I don't even know how to twerk. But just doing, like, moving your hips, opening up your hips, is very grounding. And I actually learned that from a meditation teacher. Just going around in a sitting position is very grounding. So just dance, move your body, find happiness in something, create, whether that's writing or art, whatever it is you love to create. Don't let anybody keep you from creating that thing, even if you're just doing it as a hobby. Because the more you lean into it, that hobby might turn into like your life's work. It might turn into how you reach your riches. So do the things that make you happy, and that fire will start in you, and it will guide you to your passion, to your purpose. Just stay the course. And number seven, surrender yourself. not surrender yourself, surround yourself with positivity. Surround yourself with positivity. Choose to be around people and environments that uplift you. And this is very essential during a detox because, like, if you're trying to quit smoking, you're not going to go out on lunch break at work and hang with all the smokers. If you are trying to quit drinking, you're not going to go hang in a bar. So, the hard truth is, you are a product of the people that you spend most of your time with. And sometimes those people have to change as you grow, as you go through these growing pains and this detox phase. You're going to see that some people you just got to let go because they don't want to grow with you. And it may seem really hard and hectic because those people, they want to keep you where they are instead of coming where you are, but you have to take away their choice. Give them the option: you either rise with me or I got to leave you behind. Either way it go, you got to keep going because either way you win. They can choose to win with you or they can stay where they are, but that part is out of your control. You have to be very mindful of the company you keep, for sure. So now that we have explored the detox of letting go and the transformation that comes when you align with your higher self, I want to invite you to take this journey even deeper with us. I'm inviting you to join our community, Elevation of Love. And this space is all about heart centered growth, deep healing, and building a life that feels truly aligned with who you are. And if you're feeling called to transform on this level, then you already know you don't have to do it alone. You don't have to do it alone. You might have to do it with different people than you started out with, but you don't have to do it alone. Elevation of Love is a sanctuary for those who are ready to release the limiting beliefs, to embrace radical self love, and to trust the path the universe has laid out for them. You'll find support, connection, and guidance to help you elevate every part of your journey. So imagine just being in a space where you're surrounded by others who get it, people who get it. Um, they understand where you are, they understand where you're coming from. Either they're there now or they've been there, but you're surrounded by people who get it and people who are ready to elevate. You're understood, encouraged, and uplifted. We dive deep into personal growth, spiritual expansion, creating lives that are guided by love and purpose. It's not just about healing the old, it's about creating a new foundation for who you are becoming. And some of the things you'll gain access to in Elevation of Love are exclusive workshops and courses designed to help you expand and elevate every area of your life. You'll have access to guided meditations and exercises, EFT tapping, um, NLP, and these will help you deepen your connection with yourself and the universe. And of course, you'll have a heart centered community that is here to celebrate your wins, support you through challenges, um, and just hold space for you on your journey. So, if you're feeling that pull, if you're ready to go deeper and rise higher, I would love to welcome you to Elevation of Love. Of course, that link is in the link tree in my bio, and this community is here. Is here to uplift you. Is here to support you. Is here to be that safe space where transformation is celebrated and we can elevate together. And it is fairly new. So for now, you can get lifetime access absolutely free. It will not remain free for long. There will be a membership fee very soon. So get in while it's free. Lifetime membership, get all the things. Right now, in the process of rolling out a 4-week course, Unstoppable You. And so the first week is already up. Working on getting the second week together, and yeah, it's pretty amazing. So I'm loving it. We have freebie Fridays where um, we post, anybody with a business can post whatever kind of freebies that are related to like self-love or mindset elevation or self-development. Small business Saturdays, you can advertise your own business to the community. So again, you can head over to the link tree in my bio and join Elevation of Love. We would love to have you. Feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Elevation of Love. If you're on Facebook, there's also a Facebook group there, Elevation of Love. But I thank you so much for watching. This is my first coaching masterclass on TikTok. I've gone live on TikTok a few times doing and talking about other things, but so this has been a very new experience. Of course, I screwed it up my first try because I actually made an event a week ago, and I just realized today that I set the event for AM instead of PM. So by the time I got ready to go live, it was like, this event is already over. So yeah, we'll do better next time with that. Um, if you haven't, if you're not following me on TikTok, please hit that follow button, because there will be so much more to come. And I'm always open to suggestions. Anything you need help with, just hit me up. Let's connect. Again, thank you so much. I am sending you so much love always. Until next time, remember, you are an unstoppable badass, worthy of everything your heart desires. Let's get it. And y'all, I swear I never know how to cut off the TikTok live. It's crazy. I don't know. Like, where's the end button? I'm gonna figure it out in a minute. Okay. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream on YouTube.